Hello everyone, how are we doing today? I'm Mick Meanus. I'm a former Iron Napa reality star. I'm now performing, writing and directing in the first English spoken drama on Cypriot TV, which will begin hopefully from June. Maybe it might be pushed back to October, so I'll keep you updated about that. But I'm here to talk about EastEnders and the problems it has. But really the problems that EastEnders have are typical of what movies and television are doing these days. EastEnders was created over 30 years ago now to be a groundbreaking social drama that dealt with the issues facing everyday people in the UK, and it did a magnificent job doing that. Now we fast forward to 2017. EastEnders is a show aimed at young teenage girls. And it's not the show I watched for many years. It's not the Dirty Den era. It's not the Den and Angie era. It's not the Grant and Phil era. It's gone. Some of you will say, listen Mick, this is the future. This is EastEnders now. You can't do that. Well, you can't have good drama. You can't have great characters that leap off the page. You can't do a gritty, compelling television show. EastEnders was launched not only to compete with Coronation Street, but to give the audience something that Coronation Street wasn't willing to give at that time. A realistic view of modern day contemporary England, Thatcher's England. And it was amazing because what you used to get was this dark, dingy world. That what EastEnders was. It was dangerous. You could be walking down the street and a smackhead could stab you. It was an amazing show, but they were clever because they had the glitz and glamour with Den and Angie, and then they had the realism with the Fowlers and people like that. So it was a real sensational show. So now we have reached a critical mass with EastEnders. The BBC have made so many despicable decisions. And I've said this so many times, if you go back to my back catalogue of videos, you'll see it. The issue with EastEnders is no longer the showrunner who's producing it. It's the BBC. They have been determined to turn this show into a poor man's Hollyoaks for so long. And what can we do as fans? Fans like myself, and I know so many of you out there are so disappointed and angry and frustrated. What can we do? You say, I speak to so many of you on Twitter, Facebook, you DM me all the time. Same thing with Snapchat. You can follow, if you like a bit of adult Snapchat. Let's just say I do something for the ladies. Might mean it's 888, by the way. But anyway, forget that. We're talking about EastEnders. So what can we do as fans? A lot of you think you're powerless. There's nothing you can do. The first mistake you're doing is watching it. By watching it, you're giving them numbers. If you want this to stop, you must stop watching it. I know it's difficult. I know you want to support EastEnders, but you can't support what they're doing now. The casting of Lee Ryan, despicable. Casting people like Tilly Keeper, who couldn't act her way out of a paper bag. I've been attacked by EastEnders fans for saying this. This is not a personal attack on Tilly. I'm sure she's a lovely girl. I really am. But this is EastEnders. This is our show. We're not a charity here. When I look at the casting of Lee Ryan and I look at the what's the other guy's name? Duncan James on Hollyoaks, taking jobs away from hard-working actors who have worked, stealed and borrowed to get into drama school. And then they're giving the job to these people. Ridiculous. But the issues with EastEnders go deeper than that. Deeper. It's the BBC's obsession. They had something very special with EastEnders. Then they thought the name EastEnders could carry them through. But what can we do now apart from refusing to watch it? Well, what we can do now is just really annoy Netflix. Just bug Netflix to death and tell them, beg them, to purchase the franchise of EastEnders. Because you and I know what Netflix are doing is amazing. 9 out of 10 of their dramas, they do a drama for every single type of person, and they're brilliant. Imagine what they could do with EastEnders. I have my own concept idea for EastEnders. I believe EastEnders should move away from soap and be a pure drama. I think soaps are the past. I think they're so transparent, so poor, and we need to move forwards. Now, my idea is that a crime war invades Walford, and there's this kind of rebellion, the locals band together this kind of rebellion to fight against this crime war. So that's part of my idea. That's part of my idea of changing EastEnders. Now, I know Netflix would not be interested in my idea. Not that I don't think it's not an awesome idea, because I do. It's because I'm an outside force. All we can do is just keep on tagging Netflix. Buy EastEnders, buy EastEnders, buy EastEnders, please. The BBC are ruining it. Please, Netflix. If we do this, eventually we will reach that moment of critical mass where Netflix think, British TV show, on its knees, we can grab this, we can buy this. The BBC are desperate for money. We know that with what the government are doing to them. So this is a great moment to save EastEnders, to save the soul of EastEnders, because right now we are in trouble as EastEnders fans. Now, I'm not talking about those EastEnders fans who are 12 to 15. Oh, new riots coming. Is that wet between my legs? Listen, I'm talking about the true EastEnders fans. One of the problems we've got right now, the BBC are attracting the wrong type of audience, the unintelligent audience, the audience that we don't really want watching this show. We want a more intelligent audience watching EastEnders. We want people who demand quality. Now, if those other people want to keep on watching, they can, but it cannot be the EastEnders that we're watching right now, because it's horrible. It's horrible. You look at the other soaps, they're more engaging and more exciting than EastEnders. EastEnders is terrible, and it's been this way really since Deirdre Sanders left. And even before with Kate Harwood, that was terrible. That's when the mediocrity began with Kate Harwood. She had that stranglehold and she wouldn't let go. So don't watch it. But keep on tagging Netflix on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. We can do this. We can save EastEnders. I look a bit of a mad bloke, don't I? My hair's messed up, I'm not shaving, I'm wearing this awful jumper, you know. Ignore that. I'm passionate. I'm a fan of Tony and Julia's EastEnders. And what I'm going to be doing, as well as trying to talk people into tagging Netflix all the time, I want to reach out to the families of the late Tony Holland and the late Julia Smith to see if we can get support from them as well. We can save EastEnders. We can take it away from the grip of the deluded BBC, get it in Netflix hands and really make EastEnders a worldwide hit. I believe it's possible. I've made lots of videos saying this loads of times and nothing's happened. I'm begging you, join me, get involved. Movies TV Mad on Instagram, Mike Meanus 888 on Snapchat if you're feeling a bit horny sometimes. Mick Meanus on Facebook, Movies TV Mad on Twitter. Get involved. Help me save EastEnders, please. This is so important. If you loved the Tony and Julia EastEnders, if you loved the first, let's say 85, at least the first 10 years of EastEnders was amazing, wasn't it? If you loved that, if you want that back, then help me save this show, because what we're seeing at the moment is despicable. The recasting of Michelle, that should never have happened. Sue Tully didn't want to do it. Leave Michelle Fowler alone. But not only that, the disgrace of literally making Michelle Fowler a paedophile. I know that's not what she is, but literally that's what she is, isn't it? It's a disgrace. Michelle Fowler was a gritty every woman that we all looked up to. Look what they've done. Please help me save EastEnders. Please. I care about this show's legacy. I care about Tony and Julia's legacy, and I know a lot of you do as well. Let's do this. Let's band together. Let's not mess about anymore. Let's not sit back and let this corporation that is under no public obligation, because they're privately funded by the government, because we have to pay for them, and if we don't, we go to jail. That's something else, another debate for another time. But EastEnders must be taken away from the BBC, and it must be done as soon as possible. Thank you for your time. I'll do another video. This will take about 200 years to upload.